Hello, future me. Hi. It's probably 2 a.m. and you're starting to edit this. Fuck you. You made this choice. Well, no, I made this choice, but you're living with it.
Hello, future me. You've chosen to watch this video. I don't apologize for what comes next.
Hi. Hello. How have you been? Is the world on fire? Has someone kicked in your door and hit you in the face? I'm sorry to hear that. We won't because we're lovely. By the way, I'm David.
Hello, I'm Patrick.
There we go. That's Patrick. This is the Untitled Nerdcast. If you've watched the first two episodes, you get that. All that's really changed is I'm now back home. I'm now back in my flat. I'm no longer trapped with family. You can see that because I've got a wall behind me that's not a bookcase full of shit I haven't touched since I was 16, and I've had a chance to shave off and trim my giant hobo beard. Yeah.
I mean, in one regard, I mean, the wall, I mean, you could say that the shelves behind you were a bit more interesting to look at, but then, like, I mean, I never minded the beard. I thought
Yeah,
the beard looks very distinct.
now people get to see I have a chin. I have a jawline of sorts. I have a chin. It's beautiful. I'm not just like a neckbeard, like, hi again. I'm going to talk about Resident Evil and then edit in Jack Baker from Resident Evil 7 again.
Cue Jack Baker.
Exactly. So, but yeah, we're back.
So instead, you're going to talk about Resident Evil, but without the neckbeard.
Spoiler for what we're going to talk about today. Because basically, the PS5 thing happened. They actually showed us games. They showed us the console. Okay, very quick conversation on the consoles. Either you're going to have a really, really big black box, or you're going to have a big fucking Wi-Fi router. Either or, I don't really care what they look like. It's just going to be more space on the shelf.
My only thing at the minute is I hope they kind of take a bit of a step away from the whole touch sensitive things and said that, you know how it's not really a button on your PS4, but you press.
No, sorry. Did you miss the 5-minute part of the presentation where they just showed that crap about the controller? Going, oh, look, are you doing a hard touch? Or are you doing a soft touch? Ooh, it's like, shut up, I don't care. The only like notable thing is like, hey, the PlayStation 5, hey, guess what? You can buy it without a disc drive. Hopefully that version's cheaper. But other than that, it'll make no difference. Anyway, but what we want to talk about today is the games. The ones that were announced, the ones that weren't announced, teased, but the ones we can see and we know are coming. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just so I fill in space. Jack. Okay, so we've maybe list what we want to talk about. Some games are already out in some shape or form. Some of them are. Some of them we've only just seen or they've been announced and we're excited. The first one Patrick brought up was Scorn. Patrick?
Yes.
Would you like to talk about why you brought up Scorn?
Because I saw the trailer for it.
I mean, it's also a really okay. I also got my tankard back. I'm happy I got this back. I'm very happy to be home. Right, but yeah, Scorn. Basically, it was set in multiple parts. I think it's out now, but it's for like PC's release. And this is it's now being shinier and shit for next gen consoles. And it's a horror FPS it looks like H.R. Geiger's wet dream. If you don't know who that is, Google him and then wash your eyes out with bleach. I haven't played it. Patrick doesn't seem to know much about it, so other than it looks unique, there's not much we can talk about. But it did remind me of another game, because back when NerdX was happening, I wrote a list and Scorn was on it as, hey, this looks like an interesting upcoming horror game. The other one which is on, which I don't think is being released fully yet, is a game called Carrion, which is a reverse horror game, which plays a giant. It's a side scroll. Think like the maps in Metroid when you're rolling around is the wee, what's the ball called?
Fireball.
That ball, yeah. And
no, sorry, morph ball. That was it.
Yeah, but you're playing as a giant mess of tentacles and guts. Think like the monster from The Thing, except you never take form. And you have to go through this game, killing people, absorbing them, and making yourself bigger and nastier and scarier and monstery.
This sounds like a horrifying version of Katamari.
Kinda, but imagine on a 2D like plane. It looks really cool. I'll throw up some footage on the video. Yeah, that looks fun. That looks fun. By the way, we're just running through, like, there's a list of games, and there's like 3 or 4 big ones we're going to talk about in detail. We're still running through them. So the next one was The Sea Calls. I have no idea about this one. You put it on the list.
Explain. Yes, basically, again, it was just another trailer. It was just running through all like trailers for PS. It's PS5, right? I mean, like, I was trying to figure
PS5 because I own a PS4.
Right. Yeah.
So do you.
Yeah, no, but my point is because with Xbox, like Xbox 360, One, and like, what the hell's the next one called? Series X, right?
It's Series X. The Series X, like, when it was first announced, I thought was, so is this another like special one? Why? I really wish they was called like Scorpio or whatever their demo names are, because demo names are always so much better. We're never going to get a game that like a console that stupidly named ever since the Jaguar messed everything up.
Wii?
Maybe. Wii U. Anyway, so Sea Calls.
Yeah, from what I've gathered about it so far, is basically you play some sort of you play as some sort of wife. You play as a wife who goes to
some sort of wife. She is some sort of wife. She's the bit on the side. She's not really my wife, but she's my third wife. But don't tell the first two. Actually, you can tell the first one we divorced. The second one, though, polygamy.
Look, to be fair, from the trailer, I sort of gathered. I mean, I say some sort of wife, but there's a lot of like sort of like psychological kind of. It's not like like right in your face psychological, but it's like, I mean, you're on this island. You're trying to.
Hey, if you were unintentionally involved in a polygamous relationship, I would say that would be a psychological thing. And by the way, you can explain this game for whatever. I'm still going to just be it. It's a wife who finds out her husband is polygamous, and his name is Charlie.
I mean, perhaps she finds out her husband is a polygamist, but then she's the one who started the polygamy as such. Because I get she's like kind of you transform into a mermaid. I think there's a portion of the trailer where
if she turns into a mermaid, that means legally I can do what I like. I'm so sorry.
I mean, unless you sort of like you think like how sirens work, do you sort of claim like insanity, so you're not responsible for your own actions?
Hey, we're going to get into this. It's going to turn into a completely different segue of is it considered cheating if it's a siren's call? Or so you're a possible mermaid or a woman who turns into a mermaid looking for her husband on a funny island. Yes?
Yeah. And she basically keeps saying like this island is beautiful, but almost some sort of like metaphor being compared with her mind or her own mindset. So, and I swear to God, if there's a stone you see in the trailer, she puts her hand to it, like kind of like 4 fingers, and it just occurred to me that's like Total Recall. Is she on Mars? It's like Mars after oxygen's been returned.
You do realize all I want to say right now in a complete straight voice is see what the bad do. But as you say 4 fingers, you reminded me about another game. It's not on the list. And I realize I'm actually missing a finger. But Abe's got a new game.
Yes, Soulstorm.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, that looks interesting. But the most interesting part of it is he's finally getting his weird sword-up mouth opened. And also, one of the only lines heard in the trailer was, "Oh, shit!"
Wait, did Dave actually curse?
Yeah, the guy driving the train was literally screaming, "Oh, shit." Oh yeah, so that was it. They ran me that. Okay, so the next game is Lord of the Rings Gollum, where you play as Gollum. Well, I think it's in the name. It's like, so it's Lord of the Rings Gollum, and you're playing as fucking Boromir. Of course, it's Gollum.
But here's
a stealth thing.
But here's the real question: do you play as Smeagol at any point before you can call him?
Don't make me hit you. Possibly, actually. I won't be threatening yet. That might actually be a legitimate thing. So, from what I've seen,
relive the action of killing Beagle.
It's a quick time event. Press B to bludgeon your best friend to death for a horrible eldritch ring that'll magically corrupt your soul and your very being, and also make you look like a meth addict. So I've seen a few things about it, and it's like a stealth game. It kind of reminds me of Styx versus Styx.
I've heard of it, seen it. I haven't played it though.
I played a bit of it. That whole game is you're a goblin, or something, and you're a thief. I think it's going to be similar like that because Goblin's a small guy. He's supposed to be like a hobbit. He's not a hobbit, but he's something like a hobbit or river folk or whatever it is. We have like last week we have a Lord of the Rings person, but we haven't got them on the show yet.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Oh, yes,
there
we
go.
Yes.
There we go. No names yet. So that's Gollum. There's been a couple of screen leaks.
Oh, sorry, just another point. I think that game could potentially be hilarious because if you imagine going for the entire level, any level, and all the while Gollum's talking to himself, but it's the two voices.
I mean, that's not really all that new to games because there's been plenty of games where you've had either an imaginary voice or you played a serial killer with a voice in your head.
Yes, but
also, guess what? I got my Batman mod back. Look at it. It's the old Batmobile, the Robin and shit. Look at it. Yay.
Oh, classy.
I know. It's just I have my own stuff back and I'm really happy. It's just nice, comforting. In these dark times, it's really nice to just be in your favorite chair, just chilling out. Yeah. Anyway, so Dying Light 2. That exists. It'll eventually be released, we think. I think wasn't its original release date by now? Or
something along those. I mean, they have a full gameplay trailer where you're playing basically playing the first portion of the game where you're chasing after some sort of van and
and it shows you the what is it? It's like social choices and level and it affects the world. That's it looks like it's going to be very. If it's not handled right, it's just going to be a aesthetic change or a couple of story changes. I don't know how big it's going to be. But yeah, thing is, with those guys have really not had the best luck with sequels because they haven't got Dead Island back yet, have they?
I mean, spiritual successor.
Yeah, but still.
Did
you play that? Well, you did play Dying Light 1, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I completed it about a couple months ago.
I have never played that game. I know it's co-op though. I know it's co-op, so maybe we might get around to having a bit of fun with it. Parkour zombie fun.
Yeah, it's very good. Like, I mean, it seemed to have updated the parkour, but I mean, you know what it is? They haven't revamped it, and they've just kind of added, as they said in the sort of the demo video, they've added more parkour options. Like, I mean, one of the key ones they're saying is that you can run, grab a zombie, and jump off a building, and just that'll cushion your fall, as such. Which I mean, for what it is, you didn't really the parkour in it was fun. Just adding more moves as such would just be just the next step up, you know, the
hey, next step up, parkour. I feel there's a Steve Carell quote for that. Anyway, next game.
Steve Carell.
Damn it, that was a very quick thing, so I can edit in a wee thing from The Office. But no, you had to ask a damn question. Anyway.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
No. That's this bit here. It's gonna be cut out of the video. It's staying in the damn audio podcast, man.
No.
Anyway,
no, please, God, no.
Shut up. Okay, no, it's staying in the video, so I can move. I was trying to move on. And you're just shouting. Halo Infinite. It's probably going to be a launch title for the Xbox. All we know about it is that it looks like Halo, but prettier. Master Chief's going to be in it. There's going to be a Halo ring. There's going to be some guy who owns his own ship, who was in the trailer for it, and certain people think because it's called Halo Infinite that it's going to involve time travel, but I have no who knows.
I mean,
it's probably going to be finishing off the whole Cortana's evil. She's not evil, but she's the big bad at the end of the last game, which I never finished because that game's.
I haven't touched it. I kind of lost interest after Halo 4.
It's a bit all right. So the whole big point of Halo 5 was that it's going to be a big showdown between Master Chief and this new character Locke. Oh, and then it's a fight scene in a cutscene. Then you move on.
Yeah.
Also, Nathan Fillion's in it. We're playing the same character he played at ODST. That's literally the only genuine positive thing I can take out of it, which is the rest is kind of it's all right.
Yeah. I mean, you say about big fights and resolves on a cutscene. I mean, the same said for the Arbiter, because I mean, the Arbiter in Halo 2 is interesting to start, and it's supposed to be like actually at the end of the first one when you go up the final elevator and there's a bunch of leads come down. That's actually the Arbiter, but you never really.
Hey, Patrick, it's worse. A big fight finishing a cutscene. Master Chief, what are you doing on that ship? Finishing the fight. There we go.
Yeah.
So, because we can't really talk about Halo Infinite, I just assume there's going to be a fun multiplayer. It's probably going to carry all this stuff on. Hopefully, it's a bit more like the classic Halo or Halo Reach, because that's a bit more fun. The Halo 4 and 5 multiplayer, I wasn't really too fond of. Or the Master Chief Collection. Master Chief Collection, base your stuff on that.
I mean, another certainty, is that, Rooster Teeth's going to get their hands on it at some point and have fun with it.
Man, here's hoping. I love Rooster Teeth. As long as Jeff Ramsey still works there, I will support that company with my money. But everyone's leaving or being fired. I'm so scared. Bernie left.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, I'm the other. Oh yeah, breaking news: Bernie Burns left Rooster Teeth officially.
When?
But he stepped on. That's a whole long story, and I don't really want to comment on it because I don't actually know the details. All I know that he's no longer, because he stepped down from his job, or his original position, either beginning of the year or near the end of last year, after Rooster Teeth had quite a few layoffs. Unfortunately, love goes out to anyone who lost their job over there. And then they did a restructure, new guy in charge. I know Matt Hollum.
He was like the managing director. Or something,
I think he's still got the same job. And then Jeff Ramsey's like head of the creative side of things or new content. I'm not sure. Once again, this is me talking up my head. But the other day, Bernie's officially left. But once again, they've got some great stuff over there. Plug for a company that's way bigger than us, because we're currently doing a podcast.
Hey, don't forget how Rooster Teeth started.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Yeah. I'll also shout out how I discovered Rooster Teeth existed. I was in IT class when I was 12. Yeah, man, that's how long it's going to go on.
I can top that.
Oh, no. I know you can. You're younger than me. But we're still in IT class.
No, I mean,
shush. Let me tell the funny story.
Mine's better.
No, it's not. So I'm sitting in a full IT class, right? And this was like for the year, not just my class, all of the year, spread across these 2 rooms. There's one guy just sitting beside me, sniggering away. I was like, what the hell are you doing? Nothing. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should never have your volume turned up too high when you're listening with headphones. Because I pulled them out, and the speaker turned on, and about 40 plus people, including 3 teachers, heard, "You just killed Church, you team killing fucktard." Anyway, moving on, because we're not talking about Rooster Teeth anymore. We're not, because it's a different company, and they've got their own stuff. Love them. I've got content. I bought you a poster once. I did, didn't you?
Once.
Anyway. Oh, sorry. Just so everyone can jump back to my view, so he knows what he was saying. Anyway, so next game, but so we don't get too much on Halo or Rooster Teeth, we have Gods and Monsters, which you put on the list.
Yeah, I put it on the list in terms of like, did you see it at all? I mean, I saw it.
I was like, Patrick put something on the list. It's like, thank God David's actually watched the trailer for this, or did right before we recorded, just so he knew what it was.
I watched the trailer as well.
It's like a hero thing where you fight Greek gods. It looks fun. It looks cartoony, and apparently it's from the same developers who have done a few of the more recent Assassin's Creed games. Oh yeah, next game, yes, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Viking Assassin's Creed. I love me some Vikings. I'm not really too fond of the recent Assassin's Creed games, though.
I mean, here's the thing about Assassin's Creed. I've never played it, but I get the premise of you're in the future and you're jumping through time. But
really? Okay, out of all the Assassin's Creed games, you've never played any? Never. Okay, here's a quick one.
I'm not saying they're bad games, just they never took my fancy.
They're not. There's some that are great. The recent ones are a bit more... I'm trying to think of the best way of describing them. You have to actually level up stuff. There's like quite RPG elementy things, even though the games themselves originally didn't lend themselves to it. This was the last one, which was I think it's Origins and Odyssey. That's the Spartan one, the Greek one, and the Egyptian one. But before that, they were having fun, like Black Flag. Come on, Black Flag, which you play a pirate and get to hang over with Blackbeard.
I mean, this is the point I want to make.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be a pirate. Yeah.
I mean, the cool thing about the premise is that obviously going back in time for like DNA or whatever, how it works. Anyway, the point is, it sort of is interesting how you can just put Assassin's Creed, put it in these different settings. So now it's like Vikings, it was pirates, and then it was like what was it during the American Freedom War?
Yeah. Okay. So let's say this properly. First one was the Crusades, which played a assassin versus Templars by the bad guys, the Templars, in all the games. 2 through a bunch of spin-offs were all set in the Renaissance.
Yeah.
With Ezio, sexiest. then there was a bunch of like spin-offs, like more stories about him. They kind of slowly fleshed out the future stuff as well. Then Assassin's Creed 3, which your ancestor was a Native American called Connor, which was kind of boring as shit. I know some people like it. I bored the tits off me. Then you have Black Flag, which was the pirate one. Then you had Unity, which was the French Revolution one, but that's the game that really brought in the whole day one, like, day whatever patch to fix the game. That's one of the big games. Like, oh yeah, by the way, we just had to rewrite the entire game and throw it into a patch because we sucked. Then there's Rogue, which was like a spin-off to Black Flag, or 3, I can't tell. What was the one? I can't remember what it was called, but it was set in London and it was fun because it was like Victorian London. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so Valhalla. Vikings are always fun. I love me a bit of Norse mythology. And Vikings are just fun. They are. Come on.
But I mean, does the game like differ much from the other ones? Or
okay. Once again, we have no idea. It's only been a trailer. No actual gameplay has been shown. Here we go. 2 separate games based on the concept of a time loop. Actually, 3. There's a third one which I've forgotten the name of, which hopefully I will remember the name of while I'm editing and throw it in here. Where it's set in an apartment and you've only got so long. It's like from a top-down view of an apartment, and you're just trapped in this time loop trying to save a married couple. I can't remember what it's called, but it was announced last. It was announced last year at E3. Oh yeah, we'd have E3 right now. Damn Corona. The other 2, which we can actually talk about, was it Returnal?
Yeah, I saw the trailer for it, and I was watching, thinking, okay, this armor looks. It's either going to be some form of like Destiny or Mass Effect, and I got the end like, Returnal. And again, the theme it got from was like, your woman kept talking about dying and sort of like getting better each time. It's like, okay, so I get the impression it's going to be something like that. Though I could have completely misunderstood what was happening in the trailer.
If you've not watched the trailer, this is I think the story's about an astronaut crashing on an alien planet, and then something kills her, and then the time reset is the crash. But every time she lands, something's different. Be it the creature that attacks her, the actual planet, or something up. Once again, we've only got to see really a teaser trailer for this, so only a wee tidbits. I mean, it's a cool concept. I like it. Yeah. It could be fun. Also, her eye stuff was weird. Like, did she have 2 different eyes? Was one eyes robot or something?
I think that's kind of what was talking about, where things kept sort of like changing for something.
No, the eye thing was right from the get go.
Oh, was it? No, I thought the color for one of her eyes changed than the other one.
And then there's the other game, which we have some more information about, and it's called Deathloop. And it's like a weird 1970s grindhousey thing where you play as an assassin who has to kill like you're trapped on an island in a time loop. You play as an assassin trying to kill a group of individuals, but you're also playing as the assassin trying to stop him.
But you play both?
You play as both. And yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to work, but it's from Arcane, and they're the guys who did Prey and Dishonored. So it looks like the same similar kind of idea of stealth action, shooting and melee combat with a special ability on the other hand. which both of their other games had. I like how both I like how both of those other games played, so I'm kind of looking forward to this, especially for the aesthetic, because the last one was very, very clean and sci-fi and cutting edge, and then you've got the steampunk of Dishonored. This is kind of more my style of it's the 70s, and we're going to 70s the shit out of this. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm looking forward to that one. That one looks cool. Yeah,
that could be very interesting, because I mean, it's it'd be interesting to see how he plays both characters, one trying to kill people, one the other one trying to stop. I mean, it could be interesting from a point of view of like like story driven narrative, because you think of like when you're playing any sort of game, it's like you play through the first time, say you want to be the hero, so it's like you figure out how things go, but then if you play it the second time, you know how things play out, but you decide to be the villain and then decide to go for all the bad choices, and then sort of play out the story that way.
See, it's more they haven't. I don't know if it's going to be 2 campaigns. I think this is going to be, hey, here you go.
This is actually probably. Yeah.
It's going to be the same game. And it's like, I have no idea what you want to do with this, but I'm really just. It looks fun. A game that I just remembered existed right before we started recording, and it's one that's just kind of went really quiet. Watch Dogs Legion, which would be the third Watch Dogs game, and I've heard nothing about it recently. Like, I think it was
Wait, this is the third game? I thought that was the second one.
No, there's been Watch Dogs 1, which was something you're getting, I'm just being all sneaky in a hat and stuff. Then there's Watch Dogs 2, which was hipsters in San Francisco, and was actually a better game. It was actually quite fun. No, this is the new game, which is you can play as anyone. There's no main character. Like, at all. You can play as like a granny assassin and stuff. But I've heard nothing about this game in ages. It's set in London.
Sorry, you say that, it's like, I feel like you're basically playing as the Laughing Man from Standalone Complex. Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking of it. Yeah. And I could see that being the twist. Sorry, scratching my face. I really wish the camera had moved back to you. So it's a game that it's like, I've seen things I was interested about, but it's kind of just disappeared. What's happened to Ubisoft? Are you waiting for another Far Cry to come out? That doesn't even sound like an insult, does it? Are you waiting for another Far Cry to come out and make you millions, bastards?
I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah. Then there's the games we actually got to see some of and reveals, like Spider-Man. So, okay, this one's that kind of annoyed me, because there's been like 3 different things said about this one game. So you've seen the trailer, yeah?
Yeah.
Spider-Man Miles Morales. I love me a bit of Miles Morales. He's the ultimate Spider-Man. Literally, he is ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Some people who don't read the comics, you'll probably recognize him from either the Spider-Man game, which he was a side character, or from Spider-Man into the Spider-Man Spider-Verse.
The multiverse.
Yeah, Spider-Verse. That was also fun.
Yes.
So there's 3 different things about this. So one, got the thing was like, oh yeah, this is actually just added content for the new upcoming next gen version of the Spider-Man game, just being brought forward. It's just more content. So he kind of advertised it as an expansion pack. Then it gets said, no, it's a full and someone says, it's a full DLC thing, where it's going to be a big full thing. And then Insomniac, the guys making the game, went, oh no, it's actually its own standalone game, but it's not the sequel. Someone compared it to the last Uncharted game. Last Uncharted game, which came after 4, it didn't star Nathan Drake. It starred 2 side characters, Nadine and Chloe. Nadine and Chloe, those 2 women, they were the main characters for that game. But that's how they're like pushing this. Like, it's going to be its own side thing, where it's not the main game, but its own standalone adventure. And it's like,
it sounds.
It's like you've just announced this game within the last 48 hours, and you've told me no longer than that, 72 hours, and it's like you've told me 3 different ways this game's been back and released. How is the game coming out? Is it its own game? Is it the sequel, or is it its own?
I mean, the way you're describing it's like it sounds like it could be like like Arkham Knight had a little like like the Nightwing, then the Robin, then the Catwoman all day.
Yeah. So
That's the way
yeah.
it
So
almost
either
sounds
it's
like.
okay. So it might be its own game,
Hmm.
but it might be a shorter game, or it's just got to be lumped in with the next big Spider-Man PS5 version. Honestly, I don't care. I want to play it because I love Miles. Also, because of if you played Spider-Man, all the different costumes you got. I'm going to take a wild guess and say this, the Spider-Verse one's going to be for Miles. But it's like, just tell me how the game's being released when it's coming out. There's been no like one definitive person going, okay, sorry, there's been some mistake. It's this. Just tell me. You bastards.
Keep you guessing.
It's not keeping me guessing. Just tell me. You're trying to make me buy the game. Tell me how to buy the game. Sorry, that annoyed me.
Well,
That's the one thing that really like angered me about all this. Sorry, what were we asking?
I was gonna say, well, I mean, back to the marketing questions. Like, do you feel like you want to buy the game more now because you're asking the questions rather than knowing what it's going to be?
No, I want to punch someone in the face in my Spider-Man costume.
Do you have a Spider-Man costume?
Yep, but I don't wear it until I lose some weight. You don't want to know I bought it. Anyway, so that's that. Another couple of games that were announced. GTA 5. Again. This game came out like 3/4 of the way through the PS3 and the Xbox 360's life. This game came out.
Yep.
It got remastered and re-released on the Xbox One and the PS4. Like a wee bit after their launches. Like it was almost a launch game with them things. And now it's going to be coming out for the PS5, and I can only assume it's also going to come out for the Xbox Series, whatever, right?
Is the PS5 backwards compatible to PS4?
Apparently everything's backwards compatible. No, but that was it. Xbox, Microsoft are like, okay, everything's be backwards compatible. That's going to be backwards compatible for the next one, and they're giving all these promises. And I like backwards compatible. It works. Also, yes. Shout out to a different Rooster Teeth show. Christ. I love plugging in old games and running them. It's one of the reasons I played during lockdown Knights of the Republic and Knights of the Republic 2. Why? Because I can. Because both Xbox games are backwards compatible with my Xbox One.
That's why the PS2 is kind of one of my favorite consoles of all time, because
you can play everything on it.
Exactly.
It's like, no, to be fair, the PS2 was just a horrible monster of machines. Like, hey, can you play this? It's a GameCube game. Of course I can.
Oh yes. So, no, even more. So there's a Dreamcast game that was ported to the PS2 that I played, and my God, when you got on the towns, it was like, I can't move.
Anyway, so GTA 5. I can understand why they're doing it, because they make
so popular.
No, they make an obscene amount of money from GTA Online. They just do. It's one of the reasons why GTA 5 has probably stayed within like the top 20 selling games across the board since its release. People are always buying it. People are always playing it. I play GTA Online at least 3 times a month. Oh yeah, by the way, they've got this new system in where they have a casino, and there's like a weird like roulette wheel. Mm-hmm. Every time I do it, I win the vehicle.
Jammy?
Every time. Yeah, it's like, I don't feel I should be getting this, but I don't want to correct you because these vehicles are expensive. And now I have a flying motorbike and a flying car. Exactly. And it also looks like a DeLorean.
Great Scott.
Exactly. So with this, like, people are like, suddenly there's rumors like, oh, are they going to, because it's bigger and better hardware, are they finally going to give us stuff attached? Are we going to get more story content? Which I don't know. I would love more story content for GTA 5.
Is the story complete?
Yeah, it was just one story, but but GTA 4 had the two other the two other almost full story things of the Lost and Damned and the Ballad of Gay Tony. I would like that kind. I would like more of that stuff, even if it's just for side characters or new characters or whatever. Or for the weird.
A lot of my favorite games have those.
So the reason I was bringing up is because I think it's them doing this so that it gives them more time to work on GTA 6.
That was what I was asked. Are they actually working on it?
Yes, they are. But we don't. Okay, so certain things have been leaked, but might just be made up. Might be just random shit brought up online. Like once we way bigger than map wise, and it's gonna be set in like the 60s or 70s, right up until the 90s, and you play as someone from I don't know where they said somewhere south of the border, and you have to work your way up through the criminal empire, and that the game itself will include San Andreas, Liberty City, and will finish in Vice City. It's like supposed to be like a big game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's going to give them more time to work on that. But that game's probably still at least 3 or 4 years away from being released. Look how long it's going to be a giant, horribly big monster of a game. So yeah, going on next, Hitman 3, which is technically the first Hitman 3, because no other game in the Hitman franchise has been called Hitman 3. We've had Hitman before, we've had Hitman 2 before, but we've never had Hitman 3.
So from Hitman 2, start counting out. I'll just count to 3 here.
Okay, shit, oh crap, I need to remember all the names. So you Hitman 1, which was I think it was Agent 47 was the full title. Hitman 2, which was Silent Assassin. Was Hitman, I think was the third Hitman, bollocks. I think it was Blood Money. I think. Bollocks. I ain't sure, but some of these, I know Absolution came about somewhere. I know there's another one. But then we have Hitman 2, and the new Hitman 3. The new Hitman 2, and Hitman 3, they're all the same kind of block of games, as it's literally one coherent story. And also, what I did love about it, especially my version of it, if you install both games, a lot of the content just folds over. Costumes, weapons, fold over. Challenges and shit, fold over. It's quite fun. I want to play more Hitman. I enjoy it. It's fun being a random bald bastard just walking in and ruining someone's day without them knowing.
I mean, I've never played any of the Hitman games, so my sort of question is going from like Hitman, going from like Hitman, whatever the last one, to Hitman 3, or even between the other games. Does the gameplay change all that much? I mean, I suppose I'm of the opinion if the gameplay works.
Technically, no. It's always the same kind of block, in which it is a social stealth game. You walk in, you can take outfits, you blend in, you try to get close to target, and the best way to kill target is making it look like an accident, or making it look like someone else killed them. You can run in guns blazing, but the whole point of it is you do that, you're going to die in about 3 seconds, because the game's not really meant to play like that. Unless you're playing Hitman Absolution, which you can run in and kill everyone like that, because that game is not bad. Absolution. It's not bad, it's just weird. But I'm looking forward to it, because was it IOI, whatever the hell they're called. It's a good solid game, the last 2 ones, and I'm looking forward to more of it. I think the only level they revealed was Dubai, which one of the scenes in it showed you Mr. 47 in like a biker gear doing a Mission Impossible climb up the side of a Dubai skyscraper, which looks kick-ass. Yes. Okay, next game, Ghostwire Tokyo, which if anyone remembers last year's E3, was presented by the most happiest, loveliest person on the internet. She was adorable. So this game is a FPS, first person, in which you fight monsters and creatures and spooky supernatural magic things through Tokyo, modern day Tokyo, using spells like you would guns, but just like you see the hand movements and stuff firing out. It looks like a very pretty game and a very cool game, but I still have no idea really what it's about, but it looks really cool.
I mean, any game that focuses on like Japanese folklore.
Oh no, okay. Can we actually just jump onto the really cool looking games? Because it's like you realize this is some luck. So you have that. You have Stray, which was you play as a cat with a backpack, in a world where humans are dead and everyone's just a robot. So basically, it's that one episode of
Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah.
I
But you play as a cat.
Yeah, I remember seeing this. Maybe it was like a year or two ago. I remember seeing a video talking about Stray, and I'm actually surprised it's only coming out now because they were basically
Stray's been in development for fucking ages.
Yeah, so I mean, because the thing I remember they were saying is that they basically recorded like cats for like ages and sort of get the movements and all that they're doing, which is like, I mean, I love cats and I think it's awesome. Like, I probably play the shit out of it.
Yeah. So let's move on to the other cool looking games that we have no idea what they're about. Goodbye Volcano High, which looks to be a coming of age dramedy, but a bunch of kids just getting their stuff together in life. Except they're all dinosaurs or dragons or something. But the animation looks really cool. And
do you think it's going to be like a kind of like a Telltale sort of style of game?
No, honestly, I have no. It might be like a weird life simulator, maybe. Either way, it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely keep an eye out for it.
Another game that looks cool we know nothing about. The final one on my list is Pragmata, which was a spaceman or man in a very big like space-looking suit walking through what looks to be Times Square, New York. That's deserted. A creepy little robot girl.
Creepy.
Her eyes, it's like, hello, la 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 la. Creepy. And a weird holographic cat. I know nothing about this game.
All right, yeah, the girl creeps you out, but the cat didn't.
No, I like cats.
I like the cat as well, aside from like, why can't I see that thing skeleton?
Because
that's not a skeleton.
It's a cyber cat. Exactly. Then a few nice kid stuff, like, you got a new Ratchet and Clank game. You've got Sackboy, which is more a little big planet. Then we got onto the big, well, I say the big reveals. To be fair, a couple of the games there are probably big reveals for people, but the two games that we both kind of went, okay. Hi, we're going to talk about the remake first. Then we're going to talk about the last one because I think the last one is a series that we've talked most about in life, not just this Jack. So first of all, the remake of Demon's Souls.
I mean, I saw the trailer for this, and I had to say, right, I need to be clear here, because the trailer kind of puts a lot of these monsters in different places, and there's a lot of detail going on. So it to me doesn't look like a remaster. So I had to go and check. No, this is a full blown remake of the game.
So it's from the it's the same company and devs who remade Shadow of the Colossus, which was an amazing remake.
Yes, that was actually a pretty impressive job.
So I've played a wee bit of Dark Souls now and again, mostly Dark Souls 2 and 3, bit of Bloodborne. I know you've
played all of Demon's Souls.
So yeah. And I see that they showed off a couple of bosses. The fire dude.
Yes, the first boss. Yeah. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you his name. He's the first boss from the mine level.
Okay, let's just go with nicknames then. We have Fire Dude, Sea Stingray. Da-na-na-na-na.
I call it the Sky Manta.
Heavy Metal Captain America. With his shield.
Oh, yes. I do know his name, the Tire Knight.
Is it because he's really tall, or is he guarding a tower? Or both?
A little bit of category A, a little bit of category B.
But yeah, it looks cool. Demon's Souls is the one I keep hearing people going, oh yeah, it's amazing. But it plays like ass now. Or it runs like ass now.
Yeah.
So so a full remake could be just fun and getting, because like From Software, they now have a long history of,
Souls.
No. Breaking players. And it's good to bring them back to the roots.
I mean,
next we get more Mech Warrior.
I mean, the thing I did read about this one is that there was two. There's like, you could basically set the game to be in like a really They seem to make this a very distinct point rather than just tweaking the graphics. But you can set the graphics to be really high quality, so it's like you enjoy it, or tweak it so it's optimized for frame rate. So to me, it's like playing single player or playing PvP, in which case you need as many frame rates as you can get. And then they had this. They mentioned a fractured mode, though. My understanding.
Okay. Fractured mode. They mentioned it. I know this, but they immediately retracted it. So I think it's something that's either in development. It sounds like it's something new, but it's something that's in development. But they've now retracted it, so it's not. So it might not make the full game.
I mean, the thought I was thinking is this going to be like putting it back in the graphics and style of the original Demon's Souls?
Oh no, I wouldn't see them doing that. Anyone wondering why I'm looking to the right? It's because I'm checking my phone. My phone keeps flashing. People keep texting me. It's like, go away! I want to talk about video games. I don't want to be social. Even though I'm talking to my friend. Hi, friend.
Hello.
Hi. So it's part of a game, the Fractured mode. It's part of the game that I don't think they're ready to talk about because it might not make the final game. So the other game, which we both can talk about, is drumroll, please. Cooking Mama, no, Resident Evil 8 or Village Resident Evil, which when the trailer started, I genuinely thought it was The Forest 2 because I know The Forest is getting a sequel. I genuinely thought it was that. Up until I don't know why, but you know what really set me off? The groundskeeper with the shotgun. I'm like, wait a minute, is this Resident Evil? Because I remembered everything that we talked about in the Resident Evil episode like 3 weeks ago with all the stuff that got leaked, the village stuff, where it's set, and like, who is Resident Evil? I mean, so let's have a quick run through that trailer. It's set in a village with a castle, which I'm pretty sure makes it a town. Fuck you,
it could be a village, a castle nearby.
No, if it's got a castle in it, it's technically a town. Or it's another name for it. Anyway, I can't find it. Yeah. No. Yeah. So village is technically an incorrect term for this thing. Fuck you, Capcom.
Well, I mean, how are you gonna get
anyway,
out of town?
So it's Giant Castle, which I'm gonna take a wild guess and say a good portion of the game is gonna be in. You've got the first person elements back. You've got Ethan back. You have Mia back for a while.
I mean, that's supposed
to be Mia taking 3 headshots from Chris Redfield. Oh yeah, by the way, Chris Redfield fucking shoots Mia in the face like 3 times, and all he goes, "Why?" I mean, I know why. I know exactly why. Chris has been hanging out with Pierce too much, and Pierce is rubbing off on him. Pierce, in case you're confused, Pierce is the dickhead from Resident Evil 6. I don't like. Werewolves.
So sorry.
I love. I say the word werewolves, and you try to change the subject. Werewolves, motherfucker.
I have something to say on Mia.
Why?
Because it's worth noting.
She's probably not dead.
Well, I mean, this is the thing. If Mia did die at the end of 7, what happens?
Oh no. To be fair, let's just be fair with this. In the Chris DLC, it's canon that she survives. And Zoe survives because the other DLC is also canon.
Huh. I mean, is it?
Sorry.
I didn't complete 7 DLC, and
I know,
I'm not sorry for that.
I'm gonna wrestle
Chris
a
is
gator.
DLC. I didn't pay for the other ones.
The rest of them was damn it, you're not. I'm now reinstalling 7 just so we can play it next time we stream. Yeah. Anyway, so you have werewolves. But we also know. Yes, it was. They're howling and teeth and shit. They're werewolves.
Yeah, well, a lot of things have teeth and howl.
And also grow fur while tearing out of their clothing, looking like classic werewolves from a Universal horror movie. This game is set in Europe, and you've got a groundskeeper with a double-barreled shotgun, and you literally see a werewolf. It's a werewolf, and they've already confirmed there are going to be some supernatural elements. But as we see in the trailer, for a split second, you do get a nice big umbrella logo. So it's like, okay. I'm calling it now, by the way, that I think someone's in that castle, and I think he wants complete global saturation. Because
Chris, I've been waiting for you.
No, it's just that Ethan goes to the door. It's like, oh shit, sorry, I interrupted. And he goes later. Like, no, wait, don't open that door.
Chris is like, that sounds awfully familiar.
Hi, sexy. Suddenly just teleports into the room. But yeah, I say I'm calling it, but honestly, I just want Wesker back. I miss him. I just want to shoot him in the face. It's a very love-hate relationship, but that. Also,
Well, I
at the
mean,
end, you see the guy with the hat, right?
yeah.
And I know he's not this character. I know he's not because he can't be. He's a new character. And he's supposed to be. He's either going to be an antagonist or an ally or something. But all I could think was of, "Hello, stranger. What you buying?"
To be fair, we never saw his face, and
it's
we never saw
also
him
in
in the
Europe.
hat.
Hey.
Yeah. I'd be down for it.
Stranger. What you buying? What you selling? I'll give you a mighty fine price, stranger. Well done, stranger. I love the merchant.
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean,
no, confirmed. That guy in the hat is the merchant. Don't
yeah.
care. Love it.
The thing I remember from the early teaser trailer we saw for it was that I thought it was going to be like more of a Blair Witch setting rather than some sort of Van Helsing setting. Also saying it, Van Helsing, original enemy of Umbrella, calling it.
Okay, I know the supernatural elements, but I don't think Dracula's going to be in it. Unless
Van
he wants.
Helsing
Unless no, he did. No. You're talking to someone who actually reads a lot and does love actual Gothic literature. So no, he just fought fucking Dracula.
Yeah, he could have diversified. He might have had hobbies.
Yeah, he was also a doctor. Anyway. That's for angering me over fucking Van Helsing. I'm looking forward to it. I want more of it. Also, this is what I am calling. I am calling this that the Chris shooting Mia isn't what we think. It's either going to be something that's happened where Ethan's not remembering everything the way it is. Mia actually is still controlled by
Mold.
Evelyn?
Eve, yeah. Evie,
yep.
Evelyn, yeah.
Or Chris had to do it for the greater good.
Or maybe Chris is just being sick of not being the main character in the games anymore.
Chris has got a redesign again, because in Resident Evil 7, they thinned him down, a bit.
Yeah.
But that Chris is thick. He's thick neck, and he looks very Resident Evil 5 and 6. It's like, Chris, don't take this the wrong way, but that's the design I hated.
I tell you what. You see in the trailer as well. I kept cutting to this girl who had dark hair and a ponytail, and I kept looking at
the one with the baby.
No, not that one. It was like different girl. But I swear, there was a girl in the trailer, and I kept thinking, is that Claire? Because she looks like a Resident Evil 2 remake.
Don't think it's Claire.
Probably not, but nevertheless,
Because at this point in time, Claire deserves some time off.
She's only ever been in 2 games?
Wait for it. Nope. Revelations 2, man.
Oh, yeah. Never played that one.
You will, eventually, because I've now got 2 controllers for my Xbox.
Neat.
Okay, so a couple of games that we know are being made, and we know that are coming. We talk about GTA and stuff. But here's a few more. Starfield. Yep, all we know about that, it's being made. It's being made by Bethesda, and it's set in space.
Yeah,
and there's a funny-looking satellite in one of the trailers, and we got a logo. That's all we know about this game.
The only thing going through my head with a Bethesda game set in space is you think of the collision detection games. Bethesda games.
No,
yeah, so
don't.
If there's nothing to collide with, then you can't collide, and you can't have a Bethesda era in space.
They will make a fucking supernova. Just break down time around you, man. I played 76. Not that long. And I played after the big patch and all the new DLC and stuff. It's actually all right now. If you're playing with a friend. Single player shit. The other one, Bethesda again, is Elder Scrolls, I want to say 6. Or is it 7? Whatever the Elder Scrolls game, all we know about it is that we've seen the logo and that there are some hills.
And we're sure it's not DLC for the online one.
No, the online game. No, hey mate, I know people who actually enjoy Elder Scrolls Online.
I'm not saying anything about it. I mean, just literally, we're sure it's not DLC for that.
We are sure it's another game. Do you know why they need a good? Bethesda have made in the last while they've made some great games, but very rarely have those great games been Bethesda. They have been Arcane with Prey and Dishonored. It has been id with Wolfenstein and Doom. It's been companies that the Bethesda own, but not Bethesda. Because recently we've had 76 and all the shit about that. And then you had 4, which I liked, but a lot of people complained about. The other game that we know is coming, because there's about 1,006 hints and teases all over the internet, and that is, I just realized the entire time I've had just giant shadow on my face. Hi. And that's a new Batman game, be it Arkham, be it whatever. Warner Brothers, I think it's Warner Brothers. I don't know if it's Warner Brothers Montreal, because they're the ones who made the Arkham Origins game. But yeah, they're making a new game. A ton of stuff's been teased, like, oh, it might have the Court of the Owls and
yeah,
things.
I was going to say, are there no other notable places in Gotham other than Arkham?
Yes, fucking Gotham. Okay, we're going to get into a very small tangent, right? So you haven't seen the Birds of Prey movie, have you? Or Birds of Prey and the
No.
Marvelous Emancipation of one Harleen Quinzel. Yeah, the one thing I liked about it was it kind of gave Gotham bits of geography from the comics. Like, yeah, you did that right. Oh, look, there's Ace Chemicals. There's Joker's creepy abandoned funhouse. Oh, look, there's the pier attached to Music Mill, the Bowery, and all this stuff. It's like, yay! Gotham has a geography. It has. I think in canon, in the comics, it started after No Man's Land. They actually started breaking it up now, having a map. I think there's still one for the New 52 and everything, and Rebirth. But yeah, Gotham has many areas. They're very cool. I want more of it, because Batman is fun, unless you're in a damn tank section like our last stream. By the way, I found out why our last stream didn't have audio. Apparently, there's licensed sound and sound effects or music or something, because there's no audio for the entire last stream. Yeah.
So, wait, what about us?
Yep, not us either.
Damn it.
Okay. Yeah. So
I'm Batman.
So there are some games coming out soon, because I realized I actually don't know what time we're at, because once again I didn't like time when we started. I thought it was.
I think we're at about 50-ish minutes.
Yeah, I think by quarter past we'll be wrapping up. So some games coming out soon, or by the time this episode is released, have been released or are releasing, that are interesting and fun. Let's go with in order of interest. So let's go with Disintegration. You play as a sentient robot with a human mind, fighting the man on a hoverbike. That's all I really know.
As in the man, or an actual man?
Okay, so apparently it's like the next evolution of humanity, where integration is literally the human mind is being placed in a robot, so they're immortal. They join this giant army, but then a bunch of them get free will and rebel.
Oh wait,
is
this the one where you keep killing like mannequins almost?
I have no idea.
Blank faces.
No, they all look like they have like LED lights and stuff.
I think I know the one.
It doesn't. It looks like a fun game. Fun. But yeah, I think it's out soon. Really should look up dates before talking about this. The next one.
We're speculating.
It's probably Doswell's release date. Avengers, which I want to play, and I want it to be good, but I'm really worried it's going to be really boring and shit. I know it's who is it? Crystal Dynamics? Are they working on it?
Are they?
Same ones who make Final Fantasy?
Which one?
Damn it, I don't know. Anyway, that game's coming out. You can play as all your favorite Avengers and fight advanced idea mechanics. And the only bad guy I think was revealed was fucking Taskmaster. I love Taskmaster, but he's not that interesting. And this whole thing is like it might be tied in with the Sony Spider-Man game, or it might not. Who knows? Then there's the two big ones. Now I'm going to talk about the one which is I'm going to talk about first is the one which is either about to be released or being released the same day as this video, which is Last of Us Part 2. A game where you play Ellie going to a city to kill a group of people who have wronged her or killed people she knows. I don't really know the plot because all I know is that she's hurt and she's angry. The reviews have come in.
Guitar. And playing a guitar.
Oh yeah. The reviews are in and apparently it's a bloody masterpiece. The only thing I'm worried about is that the reason she's angry is that they're going to kill off her new girlfriend, which would make me sad. Also, I'm really worried they'll make it rapey. And I don't want to deal with that stuff in a video game because Last of Us 1 already broke me.
Yeah.
Like, the first one was already so dark and...
Yeah.
I
mean,
I don't want to, like, that kind of, like...
That boss fight escalated quickly.
Which one?
What do you mean? Which one? The one we're talking about?
No, I'm talking the new game. I'm worried. Pardon me. I'm talking about the new game because in one of the trailers, it's like she talks about her being hurt and it's her getting changed naked, covered in bruises. Like visibly, she's being assaulted in some horrible, intimate way, and that's where I'm worried the game's going to be rapey. Like it's going to involve, horrible sexual abuse either to Ellie or her new girlfriend partner, and it's like, I don't want that. I can't that. No, that's no, too dark, too gritty, too. But
no,
apparently getting good reviews, and none of the reviews are flagging that kind of stuff. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
none of that.
Because I mean, considering all the shit that Mass Effect got for a sex
no. This is more of a personal thing. I just can't sit. I can't watch that stuff. It's horrible. I can't do it. Anyway, so let's talk about something else. The other big game which is coming out soonish, I think. That's Cyberpunk.
That was announced for this year, wasn't it?
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to double check. I know it got delayed, but that's because everything this year has been delayed.
Yeah.
If you're typing, it's me typing.
I mean, this year is kind of a bit of a write-off.
So this is Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah. Oh, it's out in September.
Oh, nice.
Right after my birthday. Hint, hint.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. So hey. Side note, I wrote a book, Bloody Good Massacre by David Scott, available on Amazon. Plug. But someone bought me a starter pack for D&D as a gift because of that book, as fan mail. And I'm like, that's nice. So if anyone else wants to buy me anything, I'll take Cyberpunk 2077. But no, jokes aside.
What do I get?
You didn't write a book, did you?
No.
You write a damn book. You'll get D&D. Or
I don't want to write a book.
It's not. I almost lied. I almost said the words. Oh, it's not that hard, and I realized how many sleepless nights I had going. No. Literally, it's like how many sleepless nights of me just sitting looking at the ceiling, going. But how do I get him here?
A jetpack?
Damn it! Cyberpunk. So it just looks really cool, and I like it, and it looks cool, and also Keanu Reeves, who is breathtaking.
Yes, a stunning man.
No, either eyes. I'm just going to edit in him screaming, "No, you're breathtaking." So that's all the stuff that's being released. It's coming out. We saw.
Oh,
yes.
What one game I do want to mention, just for this kind of irony of the situation. Well, I say irony, maybe not the right word, but the point is, so everything going on with COVID and the Olympics being delayed to next year, but Sonic and Mario at the 2020 Olympics is still going ahead.
Oh my God, is it?
Yes.
Oh my God, something I have to do.
At least the game's being advertised on TV as the 2020 Olympics. And I'm like, I've seen it advertised on TV as that, and I'm like, do they just? I mean, is there going to be a 2021?
I'm looking for this game right now. I want to find out. No. I have to call it quits. Unless, hey, let's wrap this up. No, I'm looking for this thing right now. The demo is out. And it's the Tokyo 2020 games.
Yeah.
It's out now.
Yeah. So
oh
it's
my
like,
god, Sonic and Mario look so smug with their Tokyo medals. It's like, why that's like, that's one game that should have been. I feel just should have been, delayed, just sort of decency.
I mean, at the same time, though, it's like the Olympics can go ahead, but at least these ones can go ahead.
Okay,
bring some joy to people.
Okay, we have 5 minutes left, so let's round this up with something off topic. Because this year's been shit. It really has been. It's still being shit. Every month there's something new, be it a horrible virus or social upheaval, all that stuff. So Patrick, in the this year, we're halfway through the year.
Oh God, we're halfway through the year.
Yeah, I know we're halfway through the year. My birthday's in like 2 months. It's like, Jesus. What's been your favorite nerdy thing? Just nerdy thing that you've either got to watch, read, play, experience, whatever.
Nothing drastically new. I've just kind of started watching Deep Space Nine again.
Yay! Talking to Trekkie.
I just sort of started thinking, you know what? I fucking love the Ferengi because everything about them is just...
Everyone loves Quark. Which one?
Well, Quark, but even just the whole culture of them, how everything about their law and society is based around...
I remember the name. Quark Rom...
Nog.
He's dead. The actor died.
That's right, because if you told me that the character dies, I was going to violate lockdown and come and smack you for that.
No, I'm not going to tell you anything like that.
Yeah, you better not. But sorry, the guy who played Nog or
the actor? Quark? The actor played Nog. He passed away. Last year, I think. It was still very sad. All the Trekkies, Sherlock.
Yeah.
Do you know the worst part was?
What?
Both him and the actor who played Jake have had a podcast.
I
know. But yeah, DS9. So you basically you've just either discovered or rediscovered Star Trek.
It's not so much rediscovered. I just kind of got to the point where I'd watched all the Next Generation, then started on Deep Space Nine, and I got to the point of saturation. We're like, you know what? I want to just take a break for a while. Then I'm back, and I was like, you know what? I'm enjoying this now. I'm not forcing myself to watch it. I'm just enjoying it. Side
note: how far are you into DS9?
I think I've now started the latest season where Cisco has a beard.
Season 2. It's where Cisco...
No, I think it's season 3.
No, wait. No, I think it's season 2. Wait, I think it's... I want to say season 2 because when they finally allowed him to grow a beard and shave his head, it's like, hey, suddenly becomes the coolest motherfucker in Starfleet. Because he looked like a fucking dork with that haircut.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's kind of like, the fact that you say he looks like a dork, but Cisco can be really freaking scary sometimes when you see him in the Ultimate Universe. Like, hello, Smiles.
No. Wait until you get the midway through the Dominion War Cisco. You don't know. Or Cisco, Captain of the Defiant. Oh, you get so much to look forward to. I love the Defiant. The Defiant is it's not my favorite Star Trek ship, but it's one of my we're going to maybe do an episode of Star Trek one time because I'm a giant Trekkie. I'm trying to think of something that this year I've just had something fun with and enjoyed.
I mean, we were enjoying Resident Evil until it was cut short, but we'll be back.
Possibly soonish.
Yeah.
Possibly. I asked the question I'm really thinking about. Screw it. Comics, because during the lockdown they have grown to almost to a halt. But in the last year or so, I've got some really cool stuff, especially from DC. Like, it's Marmite. Not everyone loved it. Some people hated it. Some people are just pissed off because it took so long to get released. But that was Doomsday Clock. You have no idea what that is, do you?
Is it something to do with Doomsday?
Nope. It is.
You understand why I asked that question?
It is the official sequel to Watchmen.
The Watchmen is in not
as in Watchmen, Rorschach, Dr. Manhattan, and stuff.
Wait, they're in DC?
Yeah, they're owned by DC.
They are?
Yeah, but the reason Doomsday Clock was such a big thing is because it all leads to the confrontation between the two most powerful individuals in the multiverse.
Dr. Manhattan?
And Superman. Because Dr. Manhattan only sees his future to a certain point, and the last thing he sees is Superman angry taking a swing at him. So he's like, either the universe ends or I die. And then we have the story that builds up to that. We have Batman talking to the new Rorschach. That was its own thing. Ozymandias just being a dick. The Joker torturing the comedian. The comedian is alive, kinda. Kinda. This whole thing. It's. I actually really enjoyed it, even though it's one of those things of. I think you have to read it like Watchmen in one go. It being spaced out in issues was very. Not everyone got it, or some people just didn't like it. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. Then there's the other one, more Batman, by the way. One of my favorite characters from the animated universe is finally going to get their comic debut. And it's really, really good. It's really good. So there's been like 3 characters.
Sorry, that was that email of trying to figure out who is this.
When I tell you, you're going to go, ooh. So there's been a couple of characters who've already made the transition. Renee Montoya, who? She's Renee Montoya. She's appeared in a bunch of. She moved on to the comics. She's appeared in Gotham. She's one of the main characters in Birds of Prey, and she had a small role in The Dark Knight. She is an openly lesbian character, so she's a fun LGBTQ plus representative. She's also an ex of Batwoman, and also she's the second Question. I love the Question. Also, we got Harley Quinn. The
face thing?
Yes. Also, we got Harley Quinn, because Harley Quinn's awesome. No, the new character. Hey, Patrick, do you remember Batman Mask of the Phantasm?
The Phantasm?
Yep. We're getting her. I'm not finishing that pronoun because that's just great. It's a woman. Bruce Wayne's ex. And she's being brought into the new series, which was supposed to be releasing soon, but I think it's been delayed because all the comics got delayed. It's Tom King's new series. He's the guy who wrote City of Bade and all that mad stuff last year. Also wrote Alfred Dying. Bastard. But it's the new Batman Catwoman series, and their first big enemy is going to be the Phantasm. And it's like, yay! The image is just this cool thing of the Phantasm holding a claw with Batman Catwoman reflected in it, and it's like, oh, I can't wait! I just want to know how they're doing it. I want to know if it's going to be her properly. And yeah. So yeah, that's my thing. Comics are really my thing. So we're going to round it up here. And once again, if anyone's having a bad time, we love you. Patrick might, but I do. And
what do you mean I might?
I don't know. I'm not putting words in your mouth. If you love them, you tell them.
Okay. Well, put it this way. I've nothing against you. Probably have something for you.
Patrick, you know, though, I'm the one editing this, and I can make that sentence come out so badly. Anyway, so we're rounding up here. We're rounding it up here. I hope everyone's having a good time. Be safe, and we will see you whenever the hell we do next episode. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Have a banana.